WONDERLEEG Podcast for $10. And the question of the week is,
who is the highest goal scorer in Manchester City history? Who is the highest goal scorer in Manchester City history? Do send your answers to the comments below, wherever you are watching this, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere. We'll make sure that you get entered into the competition for $10. And I also just want to remind you guys that we are starting a fantasy league this January. English is hard. This January. And we will make sure that you guys have access to even more money. So all that means is first place each week gets how much? $15.
yes, sir.
And if you finish above the Wonder League team, you get entered into a raffle. So if you finish above the Wonder League team, but you are not first, you get entered into a raffle. And first place gets $15. Raffle winner gets $10. So that's about $25 we're giving away. So between the podcast and the fantasy league, that's about $25 each week you can win.
Each week.
If you don't even finish first and you finish second, you get maybe $20. That's if you finish above the Wonder League podcast and win the raffle. So by giving away money every week, do make sure you tune into the Wonder League podcast. What do you have for us this week, OG?
Yes, sir. And as always, a quick reminder to like, share, subscribe, comment, follow everywhere on every platform you love. And yeah. Okay, so here we go. Let's get into it. Another week.
Should we pour one for SG spending Christmas with his many wives?
Let's do that. Let's pour one for SG.
Pour one for SG real quick.
During this unseasoned period.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have many wives. You don't really have time for other commitments. But
yeah, it's hard out here. But we wish him the best and hope next year.
Yep.
Yeah, leave it at that.
Let's leave it there.
Do it for SG. Oh man, like I was saying, another week of canceled games, but we move. Game week 19, that's going on right now, and game week 20 is what I want to talk about. PM. I mean, it's difficult to predict what's going to happen, who's going to play, what team's going to show up, but we have to just keep moving with the information we have right now, which is that all these games are going to happen. So.
Yep. If there was one game that I would say would get cancelled, probably the Arsenal Wolves game, because we know that Wolves were scheduled to play today and they had some COVID cases. Their game got called off.
Right.
And now they are playing Arsenal 2 days later. Are they going to have enough players 2 days right after when they had their COVID cases? I don't think it's likely based on when they first canceled the games, which was somewhere late this week. So I won't say they won't be ready, but hey, we'll wait and see. Luckily for us, we don't have any Arsenal players, and the only Wolves player we have is injured anyway, so couldn't play.
Well, there you go. So okay, so what changes are we making this week? We have Vardy with hamstring injury. Wang, we know, is still muscle injury, 25%. One free transfer. How do you want to go about this?
To be honest, I still think that we keep Wang.
Okay.
Not because I think he has potential or anything, but I think he's a low-cost alternative to some of the strikers out there. Someone, if he doesn't play, doesn't even hurt you, and we don't expect him to play. The person we should be subbing is Vardy if he has a muscle injury, and I've checked the starting lineup for today's game against City. He's on the bench. He might play in the middle of the week. He might not play. Who knows? It's too much of a risk.
Yeah.
On top of that, Leicester, who's Leicester playing in the middle of the week?
Liverpool.
Yeah. Need I say more? So I think the smart thing to do is to take out Vardy.
Okay. But what about even just replacing Wang with other, I guess, as cheap a replacement or even cheaper? Especially considering just that, so many players are out.
Are there many players cheaper than Wang? I don't know that that's necessarily true. But with that being said, we do have about $2 million or so in the bank to spend. So it's not like we couldn't upgrade. But I don't see exactly who we'd be going for.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The one person I would go for is or not one person, one of the people I'd go for is Cornet at Burnley, but he is playing Manchester United away. And so
Yeah.
it's do we really want to play that game? I think he's a very underrated striker.
Actually, he's a midfielder.
Amazing. See, and he plays strike for Burnley, so it's like
Yeah.
I
And
always say if you get a player
Simon,
who plays one step ahead, go for him.
yeah.
And I guess Conley is one of them.
Yeah.
But so I guess he wouldn't even be an option for strike.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Vardy out, and who are we bringing in? Now we have a lot of money in the bank, so
I have a lot of money in the bank.
afford
And
anybody.
I think we should spend it all. I think we should spend it all on Cristiano Ronaldo.
Straight to it. Huh?
Exactly. So let's get Cristiano on the team.
Okay. And he faces what? Who was he? Oh, it's for game next week. So Burnley on the 30th, and then next game is Wolves. So decent fixtures.
Yep. I think you bring in some points. I think you bring in some points. If you look at the ease of fixtures, you just saw 2 greens, 2 grays. One more thing I saw.
At least the next 4 games.
Yeah.
Potentially 5. And even after that, like after that West Ham game.
Exactly. So if it works out,
that's a good run. Yeah.
This was meant to be a temporary thing, but if it works out, I see no reason why we shouldn't just keep him.
Yeah. And you have always said there's no point keeping money in the bank.
No, there's no point keeping money in the bank at all.
Yeah. Okay, so Ronaldo it is.
Yep.
Go ahead and make that official.
Yes.
1 free transfer, Ronaldo. Vardy out, Ronaldo in.
Yep.
Okay. All right, great. Now for captain. I mean, yeah, for captain, what are you thinking? Are we just going to keep it on Salah the way we've always had, or with Ronaldo
keep it on the
coming
man,
in?
that's what, to be honest. I mean, Ronaldo's the other option, but you keep it on the man, that's what.
Okay. I think he blanked for the first time last week, right?
Salah. Yeah, possibly. And I think that's how you know he's going to score this week.
Yep. Yeah, it was the first
That's how you know he's going to score.
That's crazy.
So.
Okay. So make Salah for captain or leave Ronaldo as vice captain. That's fine. Just in case. I mean, we're not expecting Liverpool games to be cancelled, but who knows at this point. Okay. Rafinha isn't playing.
So unfortunate. So then we have to get a player in, don't we?
What do you want to bring in? We only have 2 options. Liverpool or Spurs and Chelsea. Okay.
I'd go for Liverpool.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. 4-4-2 for the first time this season.
For the first time this season, man. But yeah, it's a good look.
It's a good look.
I have faith.
Okay. All right, great. This is looking good. Yeah. So I think that's it for our team for game week 20, as from Tuesday to Thursday, and so actually, for game week 21, are we gonna have the same team? Any changes you would recommend?
Let's see who's on the team for game week 21. Who's playing? So we have Arsenal. Is that really game week 21?
Wait, am I
G. So yeah, Arsenal City. So you don't have any Arsenal players anyway. So
yeah, so we're good.
We might bring back Vardy. We'll see what Ronaldo does.
For Norwich, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on how Ronaldo does.
Yep.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I quite like the look of our team.
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool, Chelsea is a tough game, so maybe Salah won't be captain that week.
Yeah, true.
But just keep going with the flow, see what happens. We might make some adjustments in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
But as far as the team itself, the squad, the first 15, shall we call it that? I think we have the players. We have the players to manage the midweek the next weekend fixtures. So
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for us as our team for the next 2 game weeks. Thank you all for joining us, for tuning in, for hanging with us. We appreciate it. Like I said earlier, like, share, subscribe, follow, comment, and your questions, recommendations, and definitely send your responses to the question of the week. I mean, it's free money we're giving out. And look forward to the league starting in Jan. Sign up, tell a friend. Like PM put it, $25 each week. Like, do the math. It's free money for the whole year. So, PM, any last words before we sign out?
do make sure you do your research when you're answering the question of the week. I had some guys answer last week's question wrongly, and it was so painful to watch the number of wrong answers I got. But do your research. Do your research, blood.
Do your research, blood.
Have a happy holidays and happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Happy holidays, happy New Year. And we will catch you all next week. Be safe.